Hello and welcome to Top 5 Friday. I'm your host Tim Cant, but this time you can call me the Mad Stuntman because we're going reel to reel with the top 5 tape emulation plugins around. Let's press play. Bad Tape, No Donut at number 5. Relight is blazing it up at number 4. Tape Keeps Things Simple at 3. The Feels are Reels at 2. And Satin is our silky smooth number 1. At 5, Bad Tape by Denise. This plugin emulates tape, but with extreme prejudice. With controls such as HARM and SQUEAL, you know your audio is in for a rough night. So the idea isn't just to get the vintage sound of tape, it's to push it to its extremes, adding intentional artifacts, detuning and slowing down the virtual reels, and making things wobble like an uncalibrated setup. Of course, you can dial back all these effects for some more subtle traditional tape flavour. Bad Tape is available for just under €50. If you're looking for lo-fi, buddy, you've come to the right place because Bad Tape by Denise will do you dirty. I'm going to use this smooth piano loop to test out all these tape plugins so you can get an idea of how they respond to the same audio signal. As you can see, we have the mix turned down to 0. Let's have a listen to that smooth sound in its dry form. Very lovely. Let's whack up the filth. Oh, very obvious destruction going on. Let's go for 100%. Oh. Oh dear, let's turn down that output just so we don't clip the master. We have various controls here for this nastiness. And these, wow, shake, squeal, that stuff, they're controlled by the speed. So let's have a listen to what that does. Very good. And we can control the amount using these faders here. So let's really rough this up. Oh, horrendous noises. Yeah, the HARM one really breaks it up as well. Let's have another muck about with the speeds. Oh, Lord. Oh, really fantastic stuff. And of course, okay, that's a bit distracting. I'm going to turn these down a bit, and then we can listen to some nice saturation. I'm going to have to be very careful so we don't clip the master. I'm going to keep an eye on it. Oh, Lord, okay. Oh, yeah, breaking up like a good one. And we have a color control as well, which brightens things up. Ooh, and then dulls them as well. And another little treat we've got is this detune button. I'll show you what that does right now. So you play your sounds, and then you can hold down this, and it's like putting your finger on the tape. And then when you release it, yay! Tons of fun for a really quite reasonably priced plugin. You better check Denise's Bad Tape out for yourself, buddy. At 4, Relight by Beat Skills. When a magnetic tone is your only desire, this plugin can relight your fire with its blend of saturation and compression effects. There's an input drive control to warm the signal up just right and an output knob to compensate for it. There's also a low boost dial and a low cut switch, meaning you can boost the lows through tape saturation and cut the bottom end at the same time, in a sort of Pultec meets tape scenario. You also get control over the inches per second to change the playback quality, and there are air and noise dials to boost the highs and add some background buzz. Relight is available for £60. Imagine if your love was my only desire. It'd be pretty weird. Let's not worry about that right now though. Let's concentrate on Relight. Let's play a bit of this dry piano, then we'll unbypass the plugin. Hear how it sounds. Okay, sounding pretty smooth. Let's, in fact, we'll go for 100% wets first of all. And we'll pump up this input drive. Oh, now you'll notice I'm going to turn the output down just so this sound isn't ridiculously loud, but you can really ram this. There seems to be some kind of built-in limiting, so you can go real hard, no clipping. Oh, sonic destruction. Let's see how, oh God. Okay, that's too much, Timmy. Let's see what else we've got going on here. We've got a little bit of air. Now, the air is kind of subtle, so I'm going to shut up while I show it off. You can have a listen, see what you hear. I'll turn this down a little bit first. Some artifacts as we turn it up, don't worry about that. So yeah, a little something there. It's a nice little touch. Also, we have some noise. Oh yeah. Taking the hiss out, there we go. And we have our low boost, which really punches up the bottom end. And like I said earlier, we can activate the low cut at the same time. So there you go, a cool sounding plugin for a pretty cool price. The 3 Tape by Softube. Softube's entry into the world of magnetic tape models 3 types of tape machine for different takes on the sound, each more vintager than the last. From there's an amount dial to add more tapey depth to the sound, and a tape speed dial to disrupt the virtual tape head more or less, giving rise to more of that characteristic sound. There's not much more to it than that. Softube's tape is all about whacking it on your tracks and basking in that luxurious vintage sound. It's available for $99. Let's check a tape out on our piano loop. We'll start with an amount of 0, so it's going to be dry, and we'll turn the amount up. Now you'll notice it's not doing an awful lot. And if we muck about with the various settings, you'll hear that the effect is really very subtle. So you can hear some like stuff in the bass there, which will go away if we turn up the tape speed. But that's really subtle, yeah. But if we go back to the drum loop that we were using in the demo just then and have a play with it on there, check this out, right? Very, very obvious. And what we can learn from this is, this drum beat has got a lot more high than the piano stuff. So tape is really kind of like, can give you a real strong effect, particularly on the high end, a bit more subtle on bass. And then we can have all, oh, you see? And like switching between the types is subtle. It does add a little something, and of course we get a big effect by turning down the tape speeds. Oh lordy. So yeah, tape is pretty cool and luxurious sounding, and there's a fair bit of nuance there, so do check out the demo version that you can get from Softube. And number 2, it's Reels by Audio Thing. For Reelzies, here Audio Thing put the power of tape firmly in your hands. As well as the simulated tape speed and type, you get command over harshness, wow/flutter, ducking, and crosstalk. Plus, there's hiss and motor noise in there to add even more authentic tape treatment. It's not just saturation either. Audio Thing have thrown in some delay algorithms too, so you can get the sound of tape delay, and there's a limiting stage to lop your peaks off. Reels is a mere £50. Let's have a bit of a play with Reels, guys. I'm gonna start the thing up, have a listen to the lovely noise in the background. Very nice. So we'll start with our piano sound. You know what it sounds like by now. Okay, we've got 3 different types of tape here. Three different models. And they, you know, you get a bit of a different effect with the wow and the flutter with each one. And various other things. Let's just muck about with all these lovely knobs. Harshness. And some ducking, why not? Now the noise is real cool. I particularly like the motor. And you can envelope this stuff. which seems to affect the amplitude of it. Then we've got, let's try that with some other modes actually. So you can really character up stuff. And also, there's this flipping echo built in. Let's go for this. Oh God. Oh my Lord, I really have overcooked this quite a lot. I had something really subtle and tasteful going on earlier. Oh, there we go. That's a bit more like it. So look, they're mono as well. And you can top it all off with the tape stop. So there we go. Absolutely lush sounds. Let's try the wet signal with the original dry version. Just compare. Well guys, what more can I say? You've heard it for yourself. Reels does an absolutely fantastic job of retroing stuff up. There's a trial version. I highly recommend it. You give it a go for yourself. And at number 1, it's Satin by Oohee. A comprehensive tape modelling plugin that aims to throw together as many types of tape machine as possible, Satin offers both professional sought-after reel trills and personality-filled dodgy ones too, all powered by that excellent Oohee modelling talent. It lets you go deep on the tape modelling parameters, giving control over repro heads and EQ settings. It also features 2 and 4 tap delay circuits for a classic tape-style delay tone, plus a flanger mode to get some real authentic flanging on your tracks. At €130, Satin is the priciest plugin in this roundup, but it sure does give you a lot of tone for your money. Satin is a gorgeous sounding tape plugin. Don't have time to show you everything about it. What I'm going to do is show you this little patch I made to get a bit of a kind of more organic feel, shall we say, on our familiar piano sample. Let's play it again. We've forgotten how it sounds. Yeah, that's the fella. Let's have a listen to it with the Satin. Now, I haven't gone too crazy. It's just a modern tape sound. We get a bit of a rougher tone if we go vintage. Bit more noisy and stuff. Also, what you gotta know is, you open up the service panel, you get all this stuff, your wow and your flutter controls, etc. All that familiar goodness. Also, the speed, you can get it a bit brighter with the higher speeds. Bit duller with the lower speed. Also, pre-emphasis seems to kind of do some distortion of the highs. Or maybe saturation. Who knows? Also, there's this noise encoder, decoder. They give you a bit of a different sound with different settings as well. And you can get different sounds by selecting different ones with the decoder instead of just matching it with the encoder. Also, there's a delay. Also, there's a flange. We don't have time to look at them properly now, but let's play us out with a bit of flangy piano. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful stuff. Beautiful sounds from the boys and girls at Oohee. Well, there you have it, guys. A chilling vision of the future from the planet of the tapes. If you're up for more magnetic musical mayhem, join us real soon and I'll catch you later. Bye!